How nature Omaeqnomenēw Wēqnasen Wēqnasen Hios ai tua Nenahta yo ne manini tun yo asian yo siope yapachni ne kakina na kana mayachkut yo skespitayan nenahta yope ne matnoim o pat katsiu hakoche yos pitik ne kiwaya pim chekni poto ikan nets queso and yos wakia me kinahta ne mo honey nap yope ne at
Puso mauni wiok. Ne mo yo sin. Na no Kesīqnaeh. Ni ta no kim ni Omaeqnomenēw Wēqnasen. Kes Mac aya peminis ni wakia me. Onis escota kayan ayope. Ni mot gats get see ayope. So something like that, you know. So Mukshakwit.
hey
It's been a while. Tak Kesīqnaeh. Ayo mas.
nenahta o mau metse kako sekimaka yo kani nis ne kut na miao Kesīqnaeh manaka hoti ne keswe ko kamenis makom nenahta yo ne to nani ko sim ne nichianak wuna ups kesishito ne keso nani ko simeno eminaka opportunity con kako ne kiwasatian hios wakia me nasipni ne kiwaya pea ne catch no kim tau scotch kinahta ne at hata nap kayesa satian kinahinaka
Hoppus batch, you know. It's aya peminis ni wakiam panini, you know. Match weight suckasiu. Ayos, you know, trying to stay safe. Nits man which kaskanit and you know, and puchikit pakato up there. Case nehe winon, you know. That we were going to the Super Bowl, but gun yon popon, I guess. So.
First round done us in, man.
Hey.
All right, man. Well, hey, everybody, it's good to be back with you guys, man. We got a lot of stuff in store for 2022. We're looking forward to this new class coming up. We're gonna have more details about that coming up in a little bit here. But next, I'm gonna throw it on over to Nemo to set up this next segment. Why don't you tell the folks what we're up to here?
So I just put together a little slideshow of year in review 2021 here at Omaeqnomenēw. You know, we did some good things. So if you watched our end of the year celebration, we explained some of the things we did last year, as well as our classes and, you know, getting out in the Nāwahkik. So enjoy this little video we put together of last year's events. So, Wow.
I hope you
Good
guys
stuff
enjoyed
there.
that little walk down memory lane for 2021. Again, man, organizational struggles just with the changing climate day to day. You never know what you can do, what you can't do. So I think we accomplished a lot. And we were dynamic enough and nimble on our feet and try to do stuff the safe way and the best way that we could with still going forward. So Macho Iwanan Nemo for and it's Kesīqnaeh, that slideshow there. Nice little recap of events. So looking at today, so like whoever's out there, gang, whoever's watching this, just to be a little more informative. So like we're all sort of confined to this 12-month kind of standardized calendar, and as we go by that, we call January Omaeqnomenēw, and that goes back to when the folks seen people shaking hands in celebration of the new year on the calendar, and then they would say Happy New Year. They would see them shake hands and greet one another, and so that's what we call it now. However, we come from a culture that observed the 13 moon cycle that consists of the lunar year. So in that system, the more commonly known word to describe this moon that we're currently in is Nāwahkik, Great Spirit Moon. And then a little more obscure but still known form was Nāwahkik, which is a feast moon. So one little thing I did want to talk about in regards to Omaeqnomenēw. So we're adapting to our situation all the time. So anyway, in the earlier part of the 1900s, several of our elders were still living the life out in the brush and whatnot, and one of them was a lady that we came to know as Kiwahwaniaki Kahnapur. Her given name was Tilly Wapus, married Tilly Shikazi. And she was telling us about what a custom that they observed during Omaeqnomenēw when they were children. And they said that in this way of people shaking hands and whatnot, well, they're from the brush. They grew up in Omaeqnomenēw at a Crow settlement. And back then there were several houses back there, but they weren't in town. So they said that kind of the thing that they had observed through the month of January is that they all kind of made a agreement that they was gonna go visit one another during this moon, check on each other more or less. And so they were kids, she said, and they would go to their neighbors' houses, and she said their neighbors would be all set up for them. Some of them would give them a penny, others would give them some candy. There was baked goods like bread and cookies, and it was kind of exciting thing for them, is the way she made it sound. She said, people from town, well, they could walk to the Nāwahkik and score some soap makosa or something like that once in a while. But she said where we lived, it's kind of a big deal to get some candy. So it was like a nice little thing. They would go visit the elderly people that lived around them. But then she also said that people would come into their little village and check on their relatives, their old friends, and then they would always be given something. It wasn't like a present, but it was just a little token of appreciation, and everyone would go around and check on one another. So I thought it would be a good time to share what she shared with us. So Omaeqnomenēw, shaking hands moon, greeting one another, and like the old folks said, checking up on each other. So say about that much about that. Nemo, you got anything to go with that?
Nope, I think this is perfect time. Perfect story, man. There, so
Okay.
Kind of tough around this time of the year, though. Match weight sucks you, AO. So
Yeah,
good to meet people here on the platform, the online. Good to tell some stories and see some faces, and Got a couple comments here. Colleen Dodge, my Aunt Tilly, Ski Achiman.
Yeah, so Tilly's full Menominee name was Kesīqnaeh, but the way she always said it was Kesīqnaeh, and so that's how I always remember her. Kesīqnaeh Kahnup, and I really appreciate her. Spent a lot of time at her kitchen table, being schooled up on the Menominee language and customs as she knew them. So shout out to Kesīqnaeh Kahnup, taking the time to help poor old me trying to learn some Menominee language, and a lot of others too. Namo, right now we were gonna go ahead and advertise our class. I didn't know if you were able to get that graphic up. If not, we can certainly talk them through it and walk them through it. You got it?
Yep, it's loading up right now. But if you guys haven't been seen, we posted about, what was that, Monday? Kesīqnaeh, Kesīqnaeh. Monday we posted our fall spring offerings. This year we'll be doing a beginner class again, same as last fall, and also intermediate class too, or a Menominee 2 as we're calling it. And that's for if you've been dabbling in the language and you want to come hang out with us. That took the beginner class. If you want to explain it a little bit better, Chocolate.
Yeah, so if you're wondering which one you might want to take, one thing to think about is in language 2, we will start with speaking. So if that seems a little intimidating to you, then maybe language 1 is where you want to be. But if you're already putting stuff together and learning to use the language a little bit, and you think you want to give it a shot, go ahead. But like I said, if you're not stringing words together and speaking back and forth with folks, then it might be a little bit of a struggle. And I do know that a lot of people that took language 1 the last time are intending to take it over, and that's totally fine. Because the beginning was pretty manageable. Towards the end, it got to be a little overwhelming, and so some people want to just take their time, come back, go through the language 1 experience again, so that they get everything that they can get out of it. And then for those of you that are planning on taking language 2, come on in. We're gonna have a good time, but we're gonna start out speaking right away. So that might be a gauge that you can use to decide if you want to take one or the other. So, anything else, Nat?
Hey, yeah. Monday nights, beginner classes. Wednesday nights, intermediate classes. What else were we gonna talk about?
Well, Monday is big group for language 1, and then there'll be breakout sessions with mentors. The big day will be Thursday, so Monday and Thursday, but we will have alternative times available. But you'll have to sign up, and we'll make sure and get that information to you guys in a timely fashion. So as it stands, I think we're looking at like 120 or so people are signed up for language 1. We got about 35 signed up for language 2, and those are great numbers. Just for reference, we were able to guide about 80 people through language 1 last time. So it's right up our alley to be able to do, and we got a system to be able to do it. So a support system, a lot of people who come in and help us pull this off. So it proved to be a pretty good time for everybody. So
one more. I'll let you get that one there.
Oh yeah. So just so you know, Omaeqnomenēw is growing. So last year the working staff was myself and Namo in office. And then we've got an executive director who does a ton of work, kind of behind the scenes. So there was a working team of 3. This past month we've brought on 6 more full-time employees, 5 language apprentices, who are going to be doing some really cool work, advancing their own language skills and helping us get language infused into the community and into the greater language effort. And then we also hired a director of operations, someone to help us manage the routine of office, which is over my head, so I'm glad to bring on the help. Real soon we'll bring them in, and you can formally meet them. We'll let them introduce themselves to us as we go through with our live sessions. So I'm not gonna name drop them right now, but they're there. They're with us working every day. So can't wait to hit the streets, rub elbows with the Menominee folks, and bring some cool programming and have a good time, man.
Captain ne ut. Yep, it's gonna be Gachunanico Simina. Yos, Omaeqnomenēw Wēqnasen now, man. It's gonna be some good times coming up on our res here. So I think we went over our time limit. So Mawanin
That's it.
Kitana Moore. Yeah, it's case Mawa Kesīqnaeh. Ayos.
Peace out.
Nope. Also in it.
Tānoe mākanoke, ne.